Hello platform, I'm Daniel J. Layton, and as it's Mental Health Awareness Week, I'm here to talk to you today about self-care. I've been having to think about the various ways we can check in with ourselves, take care, be kind, etc, etc, and I'd like to talk specifically about how we can write for self-care. Writing takes many forms, you know that, you're subscribed to a booktube channel. But as we wander through this crazy little thing called life, we're always looking for things that are going to help us understand what's going on around us, but also what's happening to us and why. And I really believe in the power of taking the thoughts that cloud us up here, allowing them to flow through here and release like that. But I'm rubbish at it, and it's not for lack of trying. When I was at school, I learned about Samuel Pepys, and I read Adrian Mole, and I was like, well, I'm a diarist now, obviously. So I kept a diary for several months. Problem was, around the same time, I also read a magazine wherein someone used a code, and I thought, ha! Perfect! I shall make my diary impenetrable through cryptography and all of my secrets shall be safe. Well, my secrets were safe and they still are. Because what happened was I made my own code, but I failed to keep a record of how to break that code. So if I did have any fascinating ideas at the age of 7, I'm afraid they're lost forever. And even as close as 3 months ago, I had a bit of an emotional upheaval and then I went on a holiday and my friend encouraged me to take a notebook and try and keep a diary of my thoughts and track my progress. Well, 3 days into it, I had seen no progress, and so I rage quit. I literally threw the pen down and was like, no thank you, I'm out. I'll be by the pool, have me a margarita. So it's a struggle for me, it doesn't come naturally. But I'm not ready to admit defeat just yet. I still believe that writing is one of the best things we can do for our mental health. I know it works because I've seen it in action. I've got a mate, she's got a book. This is that book, Secrets for the Mad, by Dodie. On the back it says, when I feel like I'm going mad, I write. Fun fact, we agonised over this blurb in the cafe at IKEA. Very glamorous. She couldn't figure out how to distill what the book was about into a couple of paragraphs, so I just asked her, why did you write this book? And that was her response. Reading this was a really interesting experience for me because I know these stories so well, having heard them several times over what I can only assume at this stage is gallons of tea, leagues of tea, fathoms of, I know those are units of length, just go with it. But I also saw how writing these words down helped her, forgive me, close the book on this chapter of her life. She's able to carry these experiences forward with her in a new way. She has found a different strength from writing. Similarly, John Green wrote Turtles All the Way Down while drawing on his personal experiences for the very first time. Through his work, he's established a reputation as an author who really understands how the mind ticks. Like, when you read his books, you just get the sense that he gets it, and yet he'd never really explored what makes his mind tick. Now, of course, this is a novel, it is a work of fiction. I'm not sure how many fugitive billionaires John has investigated in his personal life. I'm assuming it's relatively few, but by delving into his personal experience, he's crafted this incredibly intimate book. In his own words, it's the most personal book he's ever written, and it speaks to you on a deeper level than you'd expect even from a John Green book. So knowing all of that and seeing it in action and hearing authors talk about how therapeutic it is, I really want to find a way to connect with myself and to track my progress through writing. But I've tried and it just hasn't worked for me. I think it's because journaling feels a little unnatural to me. I'm not used to it yet. Even as I'm doing it, there's a little voice in my head saying, this is a bit futile, why are you doing this? Just put the pen down, go to bed, play Tetris. Well no, I want to have a go, enter Mind Journal. This is a book specifically designed to help men better understand their mental health by taking the first steps into keeping a journal. It was brought into existence by a guy who'd struggled to keep his own journal and found that a lot of his friends hadn't been able to do it either. And the idea is that it's kind of like a writing workout. So you start off with some warm-ups and then once you're in your stride, we'll pick up the pace, and then once you're even more comfortable, we'll do some heavy lifting, and then you're kind of on your own. It's like a personal trainer for your brain. A personal brainer. No, maybe this is what's going to turn me into Peeps. There's hope for me yet. But enough about me. What about you? Do you write to clear your mind? Are you a songwriter or a poet? Do you have any tips that you would want to share with the group? Please, let's turn these comments into a mini writing group. That'd be nice. If you're in need of some inspiration, there are links to all the books I've talked about in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe to Platform for inspiration aplenty. Bookish fun all round. And I reckon that's all the admin. I've got some journaling to do, so I'm gonna leave you with the Dr. Fraser Crane sign off. I wish you a good day and good mental health. It's cheesy, but I like it.